Hi, I'm Jefferson. I'm an international student from Madagascar, and here today we're going to answer a few questions that we got from our commentary section. Who do we have here? Would you tell us more about yourself and your work with international students?
Hello, everybody. My name is Amber McKenzie, and I am the Assistant Dean of Global Education at the Community Colleges of Spokane. That includes Spokane Falls Community College and Spokane Community College. I have been working in this field, international education, for over 25 years and have been working with students of all levels. So I worked with students that were in ESL, undergraduate, AA degree students, graduate students, PhD students, and also faculty that have gone on from their F1 status into into professorship and H-1B visas, etc. So I've worked with immigration, with USCIS, with anything related to non-immigrant visas and studying. And so I love the work that I do, and I love the students I work with. And most importantly, I love promoting community college education because I think it is one of the most valuable ways an international student can benefit from their education in the United States.
So Amber, thanks again for accepting this interview today. So let's just jump right to the first question. So can you tell me more, what is exactly a community college in general?
Yes, that's a very good question. A lot of students in other countries do not understand the U.S. system of education, especially when it comes to community college. So community colleges are 2-year schools, okay? They're colleges that give a student the first 2 years of their undergraduate education. And so what that means is that it's called an associate's degree, and there are many different types of associate's degree, right? So the most common, the one that a lot of international students do, is the Associates of Art, DTA. That stands for Direct Transfer Agreement. What that means is that an international student, if they maybe don't quite know exactly what they want to pursue as far as a major, or even if they do, they can come to a community college and complete their first 2 years of liberal arts education. So these courses are required for any undergraduate degree that you get in the United States. So it's all the basics like English, math, the sciences, kind of the well-rounded, holistic education. So once you get your AA degree from a community college, AA, AAS, there's many different types, like I said, then you can transfer on to another 4-year degree institution. So you go on to university. And then when you go on to university, you focus for 2 years on your major. So for example, I went to Spokane Falls Community College many, many years ago, and I got my AA degree, and I didn't know what I wanted to study. But after I got my AA, I decided I wanted to do communications. And so then I transferred to Eastern Washington University and did 2 years there and focused solely on communications. Because I had already gotten my foundation program courses completed, it was perfect. And just so everybody knows, at a community college, the credits and the tuition is much less expensive than a 4-year university. And so that's one of the benefits that we'll be talking about, is that the cost of education is less expensive and it's as high a quality, and the credits always transfer to the 4-year school. So the other way I describe it to a lot of students who understand this concept is it's a 2+2 agreement. So you do 2 years at your community college, and then you do 2 years at your 4-year undergraduate school, and you get degrees from both. So hopefully that helps explain a little bit about what a community college is and what it offers.
Right, Amber, thank you so much for answering that question with a very, very clear answer. Let's jump right to the next question. How can students benefit from enrolling in a community college?
Okay, so again, there are many benefits to a community college education. The one that I've already mentioned is the cost. So the cost at community college is less, the tuition is less than at a 4-year institution. And the reason for this is because community colleges are meant to be accessible to everyone in the community. Okay, so, and the other really great benefit of a community college is they offer programs that the community needs and requires. Okay, so one of those is an AA-DTA, which is where you get your liberal arts education and you transfer to the 4-year college of your choice, anywhere in the United States. Okay, so any 4-year university in the US will accept 2 years of your transfer degree. Okay, so then ideally, and this isn't always the case, but ideally when you transfer to a 4-year institution, you are only focusing on your major, what you want to focus your studies on. And so that's the first benefit, okay, is that cost and then the transfer. The other benefit specifically for international students is that if you get an AA degree, you can do 1 year of OPT, optional practical training, after your AA degree. If you come to the United States straight into a 4-year institution to get your bachelor's, you don't get that opportunity, okay? So OPT is only offered after you complete a degree level, and an AA or AAS is that degree level. So I always tell international students, if they want to work and get practical experience and also make some money after they do their degree program, they should start with an AA, complete it, obviously, do 1 year of OPT, then transfer to their 4-year institution, and then do 2 years at their 4-year school, get their undergraduate, their bachelor's degree, then apply again for OPT, and on it goes. Okay, so it's just one extra year of working, which can be very valuable. Okay, so that's 2 things. I want to mention though that for international students at community college, there is something called international tuition. It's a little bit more than the domestic students, so the American students, because it's all taxpayer related. But international students pay more in tuition. However, they still pay less than a 4-year institution. So I just want to make that really clear, that the cost is still more than a domestic student, but you're still getting an excellent rate for tuition.
All right.
Okay, there's more. The other benefit of a community college is that the class sizes are smaller, they tend to be smaller, and the professors know that extra tutoring or extra help might be needed for students. And so there's a lot more attention given to students and what they need as far as succeeding in the classroom and in order to get their degree. So lots and lots and lots of support, which I think a lot of students need, especially in the beginning of their studies when they're new to the system, new to the school, new to the US education system. So community colleges offer something that maybe an undergraduate school won't, especially a huge one where there's 250 students in a class. You won't find that at a community college. Small class sizes, really good relationship with professors, and a lot of student support.
All right, Amber, thank you so much for answering those questions and give more clear direction of the benefits that students can get from attending community colleges. Right now, this question I've been overall, students always ask this question. Is it easy to get transferred to a 4-year university after you complete your community college degree, which is your associate degree? And do they get support to do those kinds of process for their education life?
Yes. Yes, it is very easy to transfer from a community college to a 4-year university because it's part of our education system. This is what we do. We know that a 2-year degree at a community college is equal to doing your first 2 years at a university. So the transfer is very seamless. It's very easy because every community college in the United States transfers credits to every university in the United States. So very, very easy. You do have to request transcripts, all of that kind of thing, as you apply to your 4-year institution. But you do get support along the way. So as we were talking about, there's lots of student support for students that attend community college. Their pathway, their program, and their college. So we have a whole department that helps with transferring to Eastern. In our area, we have Eastern, Gonzaga, WSU, University of Washington, the Spokane campus, Whitworth. So we have a lot of schools just locally that will come to our campus and talk to students about the benefits of transferring to their campus after their 2-year. The other thing that's a benefit is if you get really good grades at your community college, or you're really active in different clubs, organizations, maybe you're in leadership. Again, that's another benefit for international students. At a community college, you can get into leadership positions as part of the student government, as part of maybe working with a professor. You can get something that's really solid and strong for your resume. And that helps with your transfer application to the university that you choose to go to. Those grades and those leadership experiences and involvement can mean more scholarship at the university that you attend. So we always want students to really be active and participate their first 2 years so that they can transfer those skills onto their 4-year institution and get more scholarship. So that's the other plug that I would have for community college.
All right, wonderful answer. This last question is specifically for international students, and they always ask about this. What are the requirements that they need to provide in order to get admitted into a community college?
Yes. So the community college requirements are pretty simple. So all students must fill out an application. For us, we have a special international student application that they complete. And then we also require their high school transcripts. So a diploma and the grades, right? And that can be from whatever country the student is from. Now, if a student has not graduated from high school, there is still an opportunity for them to come to our community college. Not every community college does this. So if a student has completed the 10th grade in their home country, they have not graduated, they're still able to come to our community college and get their high school diploma as well as their AA associate's degree. So it's a really unique and special opportunity that, as far as I know, the state of Washington offers in community colleges. However, there might be other community colleges in the U.S. that do that. I just know that for us, we love having students that are, usually they're 17 years old. They come here, they complete their AA, and they get their high school diploma. But, so, like I said, application, high school transcripts, and then and then a proof of English language proficiency. So we do require students to have that evidence that they are capable of doing the work in English, the academic work that's required of them. So that's a TOEFL score, an IELTS score, language cert, the IESOL test, lots of different ways that they can show their language proficiency. We have it all on our website. But those 3 are the requirements for admission. And then for immigration purposes, we require the student to give us their passport, just the ID page of their passport, a copy. And then we require proof of financial funding. So what that means is that the student must have evidence that they can pay for their education for, the entire time they're here. But what the U.S. Immigration requires is the first year of attendance. So again, like I said, for community colleges, that proof is oftentimes much less than a university. So at our school, we require around $22,500 on a bank statement, and we require an affidavit of support that's signed by the person sponsoring the student. Could be a family member, typically it's mom or dad, could be a sponsoring agency, but somebody is saying, I will pay for this student and their education. So we need both of those things in order to issue the I-20, which is the document the student takes to the U.S. Embassy to get their F1 visa. So those are kind of in general, the things we require for admission to community college.
All right, pretty good. Thank you so
welcome.
much for that. Just a little word. What would you say to students who wanted to further their education overseas?
So I always have lots of advice for international students, and every single student has a different journey. And so one of the things that I encourage students to consider before coming to the United States is, what is their goal? What do they really want to accomplish while they're here? I'm not saying you need to know your major or what, career you want. I'm saying, what is your goal? Do you want to expand your opportunities in a certain area? Do you want to come and just experience all that the U.S. has to offer? Hopefully the answer is yes to both of those questions, because the more energy you have to put into your education and your goals, the better experience you're going to have here. As we were talking about earlier, we always encourage students to take advantage of the clubs that are on campus. Student government, becoming a leader at the school that you attend is huge. It looks really good on your resume, and it builds your confidence and your opportunities. Working with professors, that, especially if you find a professor that you really enjoy their class and the content, and you might want to study that, see if they need a teaching assistant, or just take advantage of opportunities as they come, and you will find more success in your journey here. And so you never know where those will lead, where your path will lead when you take advantage of the opportunities that are here. I love seeing students in the student government, or participating in events on campus, or organizing a club. It makes us so happy because we know that they're getting the most out of their education. And so that's what I would encourage students to do. Again, that can also lead to great scholarship opportunities when they transfer, because most universities have transfer scholarships. And so if you're able to show really good grades and lots of activities on your college application for that four-year institution, you might have more opportunity for scholarship, and there might be leadership scholarships. I mean, there's all sorts of possibilities. So I just say, take advantage of all the opportunities that you are presented with, and you will find success.
All right, that was a lot.
Yeah,
So I think all you have to do is just take a risk and make a step toward your goal. And always, like a way. If there's a will, there's a way. So guys, thank you so much for watching this little interview with Amber. Yeah. See you guys next time.